The day has finally arrived. The day everybody knows is coming, but nobody ever expects. The death of a vehicle. Dramatic, surprising, leaves you scrambling for some money, not even to mention a new set of wheels. But it could have gone any way, whether it was me obliterating the front end into a vehicle or someone likewise doing the same to me. But the Kia Forte from 2010 decided to go quietly. I got into the driver's seat, turned the key, nothing. No cranking, just silence, except for the binging of my door being open. Tragic, indeed. But this video serves as a tribute to such a legendary car, the 2010 Kia Forte. And I'd like to put it at rest, for its final days have been over and done with. I had many great memories in that car, many bad memories in that car, and I drove it for about 40,000 miles at the end of its lifespan. 240,000 to be exact was its final count. Pretty good for a Kia. It still had its AC. Pretty good. Other great things about the car: it had slightly higher power in its class when it was released back in 2010. Its competition, Toyota Corolla and Honda Civic, it outpowered them in horsepower. Pretty cool. But that's about where the pleasantries abruptly end, unfortunately. The tribute to the 2010 Kia Forte, unfortunately, does not have a happy ending. And I'd like to begin with the speech that this car was the cheapest car known to mankind. They skipped so many costs while manufacturing this vehicle. I am surprised that they even went through with building it. You're like, it's a 2010 vehicle. Come on, it's not that bad. Let's get started. I'm assuming you like Bluetooth in your car. And I'm assuming many of you have Bluetooth in your car, unless you have a car from maybe early 1990s, 1980s, right? Bluetooth was a pretty standard feature in 2010 and up vehicles, and down. Early 2000 cars had Bluetooth, and it worked flawlessly. The 2010 Kia Forte did not have any Bluetooth. What? Okay. Well, it was kind of new, and they were probably working it out, and Kia was trying to figure out a way to integrate it into their cars. Okay. Next point, no cruise control. Okay. Now, cruise control's been around for years, decades. Cars from the 1990s had cruise control. It is not a new technology by any means. Toyota, Honda, Ford, all the other car companies had cruise control in their cars. Kia said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to save our money and let our customers suffer. Now, that is pretty criminal, in my opinion, but nothing as bad as the manual locks on this car. Manual locks. As a sedan, it had 4 doors, and every time you wanted to toggle the locks on this car, you had to reach over to every single one to switch them on or off. It was insane. As a car from 2010, just having mechanicalized locks was a given. It wasn't even considered a feature at that point. But for some reason, Kia said, no, we are saving every single penny on this car. And get this, it was only $2,000 below its competition. At the cost of gas mileage, you got higher power, great, but it wasn't the point of the vehicle. The point of the Kia Forte, the Corolla, the Civic were to save the customer gas and mileage. They didn't do that. They couldn't beat their competition, and they beat their customers over the head with a giant bat, saying no manual locks. Or no, they said manual locks. No Bluetooth. What else do I have? No cruise control. This car didn't even have heated seats. Are you kidding me? They couldn't even compensate the customer for not having any of these features. It had negative features aside from the government mandated safety airbags and seatbelts. I'm glad it came with seatbelts. They would have probably cut those too if the government let them. But it didn't have a sunroof either. We're just counting the cons over and over. But nothing is as bad as this. Nothing transcends the criminal activities of making a car in 2010 with manual windows. Roll up windows, crank windows, however you put it. That is absurd. And I had to live it. But don't worry, I had to live it before. Every time you got to a drive-through window, you had to, thank you. Every single time you got pulled over, hey, officer. What seems to be the problem, officer? Perfectly sober, by the way. And that was very annoying on all four doors. Manual locks, manual windows in a 2010 car. What was going on in their minds when making this vehicle? I have no idea. I had a Ford F-150 truck, red by the way, from 1986, and that thing had manual windows and locks. Perfectly acceptable for a car made 40 years ago. But for a car that is barely scratching 15, 16 now, man, you're running out of excuses here. Kia, you have by far exceeded my expectations for making the crappiest car known to mankind. Unfortunately. Now, such a legendary car did have one final benefit. The AC worked. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. And Kia's known to have pretty good ACs, in my opinion. But that's where the positivities die, unfortunately. This has been a tribute to the legendary Kia Forte from 2010. Thank you for watching. See ya.